Hey there! You're listening to Kingdom Living with Galy J, where we share weekly nuggets of encouragement to inspire and empower you to love God and live kingdom. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the podcast. It's Kingdom Living with Galy J with your girl, Galy J. Thanking God for another week, another episode. Thanking God for you as well. Thanking God for you. You guys are amazing. Also, please excuse my voice. I have been screaming nonstop, congratulating my best friend on her graduation. Big ups to you, girl. You're amazing. Hopefully one day I can have on the podcast and share a testimony with you guys. Just how God just brought us through everything. But yeah. So y'all know how we doing. We finna go into our quick praise break. We got like 5 seconds, but 5 things we're grateful for, because I was going overtime for some weird reason. But anyway, it's fine. But yeah. So 5 things we're grateful for, 5 things we want to praise to God for, and 5. Let's go. 5. I want to thank God for my best friend graduating. That's like an amazing feat, and I thank God just for it being an inspiring story. 4, I thank God for peace. I have been praying a lot, sort of, kind of, a lot for peace. For some reason, every time I start to pray, the first thing I begin to declare is peace. I'm like, okay, God, I thank you for letting me tap into the Spirit to pray for that. And 3, I thank God just for my space here. Like, honestly, I realize I could be anywhere else but here, but only by the grace of God that I'm here and I'm alive and breathing and being able to talk to you guys. You know, it's only by God's grace. 2, thank God for my family and friends. I thank God for such a strong support system. And 1, thank God for you. You know, I'm grateful to you, whoever you are, taking the time out to listen or watch the video or just invest, in Kingdom Living with Galy J. So yeah, that's it. So what I feel led to share with you guys today is actually something that God just switched the message to. It's funny, because I had an idea in my head for the past 3 weeks, I'd say, to share with you guys, and it just switched all of a sudden. I was like, okay, God, I just felt so strongly about it. I was like, I was just so moved. I said, okay, God, I just feel like, you lead me down this path. And so I said, okay, I'll share. So, I attended a memorial a couple of days ago. Well, by the time as you guys watch this video, it'll be a couple of days ago. And, such a sweet, memorial. It was such very, very encouraging. For some reason, it's very encouraging. I was like, God, I don't want to go to a memorial. I don't like funerals. I really hate them. I really hate sad stuff. I tend to err on the happy side, if you guys have noticed. But honestly, it was really good. It was just so, and it was praise and worship. It was just so sweet. You could feel the presence of God in the house, and just moving and touching and just rejuvenating. And I began to dance at some point. I just couldn't contain myself. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be dancing for the Lord. I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna do it. I thank God for that. And everything was just encouraging, so sweet. And the eulogy was also given at some point. And the key thing that was so good about this service, right, is everybody, the family members was there, to pay their respects and everything, and just remember the individual who died or whatnot. And after the message was given, there was an altar call, right? And the funniest thing, one person came up to the altar, right? And you guys would never guess that person was the individual who died spouse. And when I saw that, honestly, guys, I began to cry, because I kept thinking of I could imagine the years of prayers that this person would have prayed for their spouse, the amount of toiling, the amount of, just seeking God for their salvation. And in their death, oh my God, the person came to Christ. I'm like, bro, that's the most beautiful thing. And I something that the preacher said, who would share it at the memorial, was you know what? They're looking down right now and saying, yes, God, yes, this person got saved, yes. And I'm like, yes, exactly. And I just began to think of just life's purpose, of just the fact that
we doing all these things and we have all these amazing goals and this plan for life and plan for our family and plan for our money and plan for all these things. And like, yeah, we could have those stuff, but at the end of the day, like, it's about souls. It's about winning people to Christ. It's about wanting people to be saved and praying for our family and our partners and our children and our friends to get saved and come to know the genuine and perfect love of God. Like, that's what it's about. And I just began just to think, like, if we do nothing else in this world, we must win souls to Christ. And I just felt so pressed for some reason. It just felt so like, I just so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God. Like, and I actually began to think too, like, did this person, in their death and she achieved their purpose? Like, that's a question I asked, like, during the memorial. Because, yeah, there was so many encouraging words or whatnot. I was like, God, did they fulfill their purpose? And when their spouse got saved, I got my answer. That's the thing. I was just like, God, this is so beautiful. And I'm still kind of walking through it. So you guys are kind of, you're walking through this with me. I'm sure you guys have your thoughts about it, and it's beautiful. And like, you may debunk it a different way or debrief it a different way, but I'm just focusing on the whole beauty of it. If at my funeral, I just cause like one person be won to Christ, I feel like I achieved my purpose. That's really like what I got from it. Like, at the end of the day, your life should inspire somebody else to want to serve your God too. At the end of the day, your life should pull someone else to God. Like, I'm sure, maybe before they died, like, they would have been encouraging the person in the Lord and praying, and, they would be a witness to that spouse, and spouse would have seen, them just pursuing after God and doing the things of God and not letting up and not, backing down and just being about their Father's business. And like, I know maybe now they didn't budge. They didn't budge during, them being alive. Maybe there was like, oh, maybe later or something like that. But like, it just was so inspiring at the end of the day to see the spouse get saved. And it's like, I was like, God, first of all, they must have been a prayer warrior. Second of all, like, it reminded me that God has our prayers. Because honestly, at the end of the day, like, really and truly, if we are not, trying, like, if our life is not inspiring others to come to Christ, come to our God, come to see what this God is about, then we're not living the right life. And like, I just feel like for me, it was convicting. Because at the end of my life, should I die before the Lord comes, before, Jesus Christ comes back and takes us all with him and the rapture and whatnot happens, I want at my funeral for there to be a line of people getting saved. Not just that they say nice words about me, but the fact that I was so, like, focused on God, not perfect, focused on God, so focused on, like, what he was about, focused on just being prayerful and being encouraging. Like, the fact that I was just, just a light, would bring people to say, you know what, after years of listening to Galy rant on about this Jesus Christ person, maybe I should try him out too. Like that. Maybe that should be our goal at the end of the day. This is what I'm thinking. Because God needs to be glorified in everything. And if we really want to, like, be more like Christ, in his death, he glorified God. And, in our death, we should glorify God too. So I hope this debunking process kind of made sense to you guys. Of course, if you have any questions, like, leave a comment, leave a, reply in the answer section if you're on the podcast, like, be listening to it. I just kind of like, I just want to be very raw and open with you guys, just kind of walking through it, because I'm thinking about it and just wanting to understand more, wanting to do more for God and be more, and it's just, I just want that. I want it here at the end of the day. Galy, you may not have, like, exactly won a bunch of souls for me, but the one I sent you for, the one person I sent you for, you got them. Your life was a light to them. You know, you achieve your purpose in speaking to them, in ministering to them, and being to them what I wanted you to be. Because people don't read the Bible. This is actually what the preacher said as well. People don't read the Bible, they read us, right? So in our quest, you know, of faith, in our journey, I want to encourage you and me both to be a light. And like, just think of when you die, because we will die. We all will die at some point, should the Lord tarry. You know, what do you want people to say about you at your funeral? And would people get saved because of you? Are they going to come up to the altar at your funeral? Are they going to be inspired, you know, to give their lives to Jesus Christ? When it comes to celebrating your death and life. So that's kind of like it for today. It may seem a bit morbid, but I want us to be very sober, because it's very sobering for me as well. I want us to be very sober about what life is and what a purpose in life is. And so just a reminder this week, it's somber, but I hope it's encouraging for us to rethink and reevaluate ourselves, our purpose, and just what we're doing. Because maybe all the business ain't really necessary. Maybe all the things that we're doing isn't necessary. I don't know. Like, just ask the Lord, you know, God, like, is what I'm doing right now necessary? Is it, I mean, yeah, you allow me to do it, but is it something that you want me to do? What is the things you want me to do? How can I bring glory to you even more? And I think that's my question right now. And yeah, that's it. Peace out.